Brian VANDUYN here. Coming at you with a video. I know it's kind of dark. It's in the morning. Just getting rolling. Who is essential in this time of crisis? That's a kind of a hard question to ask, you know, and I'm seeing a lot of funny stuff on the internet. The meme makers are killing it. I'll say that right now. Last night I received a letter from the company that's hired me saying, you know, it's from the government saying that I am deemed essential, apparently. I don't really feel, you know, that essential, but I guess it makes sense that I am. I'm going to build a cell site, which, you know, provides communication during times, you know, like this, 911 and all that jazz. So, I guess, you know, I'm essential. What's up, J&R Transport? You guys hauling today? I'm seeing a lot of trucks on the road. Looks like all the truck drivers are essential. Most of them, at least. I also seen that, like, pot shops and liquor stores, coffee shops are all essential also. I'm not saying that isn't essential and all, but I'm thinking to myself, you know, that doesn't make any sense to me. You know, how could they be deemed considered essential? Like, people don't need coffee when they wake up. Like, I don't drink coffee, so it isn't essential for me to keep working. I guess, you know, some people will go nuts if they don't have their coffee, especially in Seattle. You're hauling in Boston. I like this whole quarantine thing, though, for, you know, when I'm driving. Dude, I'll tell you what, the roads are way better. Less people, man. It's like they're operating at optimum capacity, you know. There's enough people on the road right now that you know they're there, but you can still do the speed limit without getting slowed down. I'm just trying to figure out what the ramifications are of shutting down the whole country, you know? Just trying to think how this is going to impact my business in the coming up months. You know, I think what I'm going to do is, here's the thing with the super dump, the whole thing, because I know you guys want to know if I'm still buying it or not. I'm still buying the super dump. We're still getting the super dump. They just brought it back from Oregon, so now it's here in Tacoma, Fife area. And I'm supposed to get a call around 7. We're going to work out the financing paperwork and stuff. Work out all the little details. I have to make a big down payment pretty soon here. I'm not going to do it this month though, because I don't want to make a truck payment next month, especially when there's a possibility of no work. You know, with everything shutting down, I may not have work for that brand new truck and I don't want to be making payments if I don't have work for it, you know what I mean? So we'll probably put it off buying it for another week or so, I'm guessing. I'm not 100% sure. So, down in the comment section, what do you guys think is essential? I want to know who you think is essential in this country. And then just, you don't have to do a paragraph or nothing, just explain, you know, why you think they're essential to the country and the economy and everything. I'd like to think that every single person, well, maybe not every person, 99% of the people are essential to the economy staying good, you know. In communist countries, they don't have every single job like we do here in America, because the government controls what is, you know, allowed to be done, which is kind of a stupid theory and stupid thing in my head. I'm not understanding that. I mean, every single little business, all of those businesses impact our lives, you know. It's like a big, you know, it's like the ripple effect, you know, in a pond. You throw one stone, everybody gets affected, you know. The whole thing does a wave, you know. Some jobs are more not necessary for everyday life. They're more luxuries and stuff. Well, I think luxury is essential. I mean, it really is. It keeps the people that have the money, it keeps them spending it, which keeps all the little guys in business, you know? So, my thoughts are, I think everybody's essential, you know, for the most part. The people that are lazy and not doing nothing, I don't know if that's essential or not, but in my head it doesn't seem like it's essential, but, you know, I guess in a way, you know, we have to help, you know, the people that need help out. It's always good to help your neighbor, you know. Yeah, we're all connected, you know. That's why I think we're all essential, you know. I think if we weren't essential, the job wouldn't exist. You know what I mean? That's how capitalism works. Like, you have something and someone wants it, and that's why you're there. You know, that's the whole idea of capitalism. You know, if you got something that people want, then you can market it, you can sell it. So, in this time of crisis, like, we're building the cell tower. So that's essential because people want communication. You know, since we can't go anywhere, we want to be able to watch our Netflix. You know, people want to be able to watch, you know, whatever TV show they're watching. I'm happy to not be in the quarantine thing, because I've already been in quarantine for the past 4 months. It's called winter, you know? And, I mean, yes, I have worked in the winter time, but, you know, not very much. You know? And I've been blessed that I have made a lot of money this winter so far. Which is pretty sweet, you know? I've always tried to find a way to be useful, you know? guys up to right now? I can't believe you guys are on here at 6 in the morning. What time is it where you are? Truck sounds great. Yeah, thanks, man. Hopefully, less people hauling in Boston. I got a buddy who lives in Boston. He's a teacher. I think he's a teacher. Been working 2 hours, brother. Is that you, Scott? It's hard for me to read the... Yeah, that's you, Scott. 2 hours, huh? Well, it's good to know you're essential, too. I'm just trying to think, you know, how many people are out of jobs right now. Like, that is just mind-boggling to me. Like, they literally cannot work, and they're forced to stay home. Like, I never imagined this kind of thing happening in my life, ever. Like, the government telling you to stay home, or else. No. I never imagined that crap happening. Oh, 9:15 out there? Okay. Of what kind of ripple effect this is going to cause in the economy. You know, everybody not going to work. Everybody, you know, and I'd have to say it's probably 60% of the population has to stay home. Like, just looking at the traffic, I'd say the traffic is 60% of the traffic that's normally on the road is not on the road today. So how does, I mean, I know I've been looking at the numbers of the virus, and I can see why people would be alarmed, you know, if you just look at just the numbers for the virus alone. But if you look at all the numbers, like, of everything, I still think, you know, the virus is small potatoes. I mean, personally, like, I'm looking at the numbers, and only 20,000 people have died worldwide. That's small potatoes in my book. I mean, 20,000 people out of I think it's 1.4 billion people in the world. That's how many people there are in the world. 1.4 billion, according to Google, last time I checked. And only 20,000 of them have died due to the coronavirus. Like, way more people have died from other things than the virus, you know. I think more people have died, you know, not to get political and all, but from abortion alone. I mean, that kills millions every year. Or, you know, drunk driving. You know, that's got to be in the hundreds of thousands. Everyone can say somebody who was affected by a drunk driver, you know. Or, you know, I still think this virus is getting blown out of proportion by the media. And I'm still not understanding why. You know, I'm thinking it kills a lot of people. Here's what I don't understand. Number one is, okay, the virus started in China. Now everybody's all upset that people are calling it the Chinese virus and saying that that's racist. That isn't really racist. That's calling it where it came from. You know, we're not saying Chinese people are bad. We're just saying the virus it originated from China, right? And then if you look at the statistics, I was looking at them yesterday. Out of China, only 84,000 people got infected. And they have millions of people in China. I think it's like 8 million or 9 million people in China. Oh, wait, no, that's New York. I can't remember how many people are in China. But I know only 80,000 got infected. And then out of that 80, only 3,000 people actually died. And then everybody's telling me, well, Brian, you can't trust those numbers because China isn't going to tell us the truth. Why wouldn't they? Like, I mean, this is a health thing. It's not like a political thing, you know? Or is it? You know? I mean, it doesn't make any sense for China to give us wrong numbers unless they're playing some sort of political game. And if they're playing a political game, then why are we, you know, taking all these precautions and stuff? I wonder if it's some sort of, you know, I could talk all day to you guys about these conspiracy theories that pop up in my head, you know, of things that it could be. I don't know. I'm just blabbering on to you guys. When I'm driving, I kind of think about these kind of stupid things like this, you know, just to hear myself talk sometimes. It's like thinking out loud, you know, talking to myself. Do you guys talk to yourself when you're driving, like run through these ideas and stuff in your head? I think it's natural. I think it's normal that people talk to themselves, you know? Like, not have, like, you know, 3 conversations with yourself as 3 different entities. I don't think that's normal. You know, you talking to yourself as in, you know, coaching yourself through something, you know, telling yourself the steps you need to take. Like, when I started my business, it was every single day I was getting myself pumped up to start my own business, you know. Yeah, 167, man, this is wide open. Miranda, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody talks to themselves when they're driving. I mean, if they don't, they're weird. Or they're listening to music. When I'm listening to music, I'm not talking to myself. But I don't just sit here and just zone out when I'm driving. I gotta have something keeping my mind going. You know what irritates me is how everybody's saying we're gonna flatten this curve, but nobody knows what the curve is. And there's really no way of knowing when the curve started or where it is in the process until everybody gets tested. I mean, there's too many variables. You can't predict where a curve is. How many people got infected? How many people are dying? I mean, you can skew the evidence any way you want to. I mean, and until everybody is tested, you can you know, generate any type of data you want to any type of data you want to, you know, propagate to people. I know that for a fact, you know, because I can look at my business, the data, and I can be like, well, this month, you know, this year my business has grown, you know, 20% in revenue just in the first 2 months. That means my whole revenue is going to be, 20% higher, That's not the case. You don't know what's going to happen. People saying they're predicting what the virus can do, I don't think that's possible. There's too many variables. If people can't predict the stock market, how are they going to predict the virus? It's a living, growing thing. I mean, it can do whatever it wants to do. So, I think a lot of people got hit with the heartstrings, with all the old people that died. And then they became over-emotionalized, in this whole thing. So that's why everybody's wanting this shutdown. Well, I mean, not everybody wants it. I'm just looking on my Facebook feed and stuff, and there are quite a few people that are happy that everything's getting shut down. But I think they got over-emotionalized because of this. I mean, I think what happened is they forgot how fragile life really is. Life is very fragile, and we keep on trucking. I mean, 2 months ago, nobody else would have ever considered the idea of shutting down the whole country because of a virus. Like, what changed in everybody's mind that said this is acceptable? A whole bunch of old people dying. Everybody loves their grandparents, and eventually they're gonna die, and we all want to, come up with some way to prevent them from dying because we love them so much. So we come up with this idea, let's all just stay home and live in a bubble, I don't think it's the solution. I think we're gonna die no matter what. So we need to let life take its course. That's what I think we need to do. And that means, I think we still need to keep on working. I think the things that we should be doing are, washing our hands, covering our mouth. Let's go back to the basics, people. Like, that's what the basics are. Wash your hands, cover your mouth. If you feel sick, stay home. But they come up with this thing that says, well, you can transmit the virus 2 weeks before you even know you're sick. Now, isn't that right there seems very, I don't know if I believe that. That's what the scientists say, though, so my mind tends to think that this is being passed around, the money. Money makes people say things. I don't care who you are, money makes people say things. And yes, a lot of people have integrity and stuff, but a lot of people don't. And money will make them say whatever you want them to say. I mean, that's just the cold hard truth. So, whether or not you choose to believe in the scientists or not, that's up to you, but I mean, scientists said many things throughout the ages. I used to remember that my grandpa was telling me one time they used to say cigarettes were actually good for your health. And now, now science is saying, well, it's actually bad for your health. And if you really want to get down to, the science of it, just ask like a doctor, is it better to breastfeed your baby or give them, baby formula. One week they say it's better to breastfeed, the next week they say it's better to breastfeed, or formula. And it just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And they'll say whatever is, you know, most lucrative to them. If a company's paying them to push their product, they're going to be pushing that product because they got bills to pay. You know, if the company isn't paying them, then they're going to tell you the natural way is better. You know, all these billboards say stay home, limit travel, save lives. I don't think it's saving any lives. They think that by everybody staying home, the virus is just gonna die out. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Oh, dang it, I took the wrong road. Let's see, I can just drive through this one. Hop back along the freeway. The virus isn't just gonna die because we all stay home. That ain't how it works. The virus, it originated from something. I've read that it originated from bat soup, and apparently that's been debunked. You know, something has to carry that virus on a daily basis for it to have even started. They don't just pop out of thin air, right? So, what was carrying the virus, and finally it spread to humans? Or it, you know, morphed into something that could carry, you know, that humans could be infected by it. You know, it morphed somewhere along the lines. And when did it, you know, see, here's the other thing I don't get. Back in December, everyone was sick. Like, I know a lot of people, like, I went to O'Reilly's and the lady was sick, and she was like, yeah, the doctors told her it was pneumonia, you know, and she was just coughing and coughing, and I was talking to her, and she's like, yeah, they gave me every medicine they could, but nothing did anything, you know. See, I think this virus has been around long before we even really knew about it. North Bend, okay. I think people are blowing it out of proportion. Like, I just think it's been around longer than what we're thinking it has. You know? And now the media focused on it, and they kept drilling it, and then next thing you know, everybody's buying all the toilet paper, and then it creates its own self-panic. I don't know. If we slow down, I hope the bass are abiding by then. Well, funny thing you say that, dude, because I just heard they canceled all the fishing. They just canceled all the fishing and hunting. Like, I don't understand why they would do that, but I have a small theory. Like, you know, normally when people go fishing, they want to be by themselves, you know? But there are a few people that always go in groups, you know? They invite all their buddies to go fishing with them and drink beer and stuff, you know? So they're like, well, let's limit the spread of the virus from the rednecks, you know, that like to go into pairs and stuff. I don't know. I think fishing is a cool thing, you know. I think people should be able to do that, you know. You got your own boat, go out on your own boat, spend some time in the wilderness by yourself. The other problem is there's going to be 20 other guys just like you on that lake, you know. You think you guys are going to breathe out the virus and it's going can affect somebody, I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'm not a scientist. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys are essential. You guys are essential to me and my YouTube channel. And I like all your guys' input and, you know, hearing your feedback and everything. Some of you guys are crazy, but the majority of you guys are pretty cool. I'm gonna sign out. Anyways, guys, I'll let you know if there's any updates on brand new feeder bill. I'll let you know what happens, but for right now, I think we're gonna hold off a week or two. Just because if things start going to hell in a handbasket, I'd rather have the money than the feeder bill. You know, that's the way it goes. Not that the money would do anything for me, because if everything goes to heck, then it's just gonna be sitting in a bank. I won't have it in my pocket. It won't be worth anything. Alright, guys. Catch you on the next one.